What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to be talking about with you guys. In today's video, I actually want to be talking about the fact that the Lonzo Ball situation is really heating up right now, with it now currently being reported that Lonzo Ball and the New York Knicks have mutual interest in getting something done, and this is all being reported by Hoop Analyst Net. Now, there is also another report saying that Lonzo Ball actually wants to sign with the New York Knicks, and that he will be signing with the New York Knicks. There's been so many reports like that from some different sources, but none of them have necessarily been too noteworthy, unlike the one that we've obviously gotten today. So it is pretty crazy to me. In my opinion, I thought Lonzo Ball should have gone to the Chicago Bulls, as I think they just desperately need a playmaker and another defender in that starting five lineup. I thought he would have been absolutely perfect for them, but instead, it looks like he's going to a little bit of a bigger market team. Not too sure how much LeVar Ball has kind of gone into that decision. But what it looks to be right now is, it looks to be like Lonzo Ball might actually be signing with the New York Knicks, which is insane to me. I don't know. It is very weird. Like, New Orleans are having this really weird stage right now where you can tell he does not want to be there. They had a pretty bad season. I mean, like, 31 and 41's, you know, it's average. Like, it's not good, but it's not necessarily bad. But what the issue is with this record is they basically got two All-Stars on their team in Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, and still couldn't, like, come near the playoffs. Like, they were a decent chunk away, and they didn't even have, like, that bad of a roster. So, again, it is a little bit of a weird issue going around with them. Of course, Eric Bledsoe, I believe he's got one more year left, so they'll trade him. Josh Hart is reportedly wanting to leave in free agency. He's made that quite clear. Steven Adams is reportedly going to be getting traded. Johnson will be a free agent. There's also reports that a couple other players will be wanting to get traded, like Lonzo Ball. There's reports he doesn't want to be there, of course. You know, that's why we're making this video. And even Jackson Hayes, who's had a limited opportunity there. I think if I was Jackson Hayes, and if they don't make him the starting center once, you know, they get rid of Steven Adams, you'd think he'd want to leave now at this point. It seems to be really crumbling down for this New Orleans Pelicans team, and I think them firing Stan Van Gundy was the right thing to do. Who they, of course, go and hire will be a, you know, very important thing for this future of this New Orleans Pelicans team. But, again, when we do look at Lonzo Ball, it does look like he is almost certain to leave this team. And I, again, thought he was going to go to the Chicago Bulls, but it looks like the New York Knicks could potentially be that team he does join. Now, I'm not saying the Knicks would be a bad option. I think he does fit in pretty well for their team at point guard. Of course, he'd add some really nice defense to this team. Again, this team's very good defensively. If not, some people would even say it's the best defensive team in the whole entire NBA, with one of the best defensive coaches. I think bringing in Lonzo Ball only furthermore improves that, and I think it'd actually be good for their team because they need a genuine playmaker. Like, Julius Randle had the most assists for them this season, which was about 6 or 7 per game. Derrick Rose as well, he had about, 4 assists per game. And then you got Alfred Payton and Randle, who had 3 each. Of course, Payton will not be there next season, so they will desperately need a starting point guard. The thing is, though, I thought they were going to go into a little bit of a different direction. I thought they were going to try their absolute hardest to go for a player like Damian Lillard, or maybe a different, all-star caliber point guard. Who knows? It was reported before Kemba Walker went to the Celtics. They actually had a lot of interest in him, and he's currently up for trade right now and would be pretty cheap. And people think Kemba Walker sucks because he didn't have a good season, but in realism, the reason he didn't have a good season was because of injuries, and he's being like the third shot creator. But if he was on the Knicks, he'd probably be only second behind Julius Randle. So again, I think, a player like Kemba would even be a pretty cool, cheap player that could still have all-star potential on that New York Knicks team. But yeah, Lonzo Ball is definitely not bad. He can be a nice playmaker for them. Kemba would only probably get them 5 assists per game, while Lonzo would probably get them about 8 plus. And again, being that really good defender, which of course is kind of suits into that Tom Thibodeau, game style. So of course, they would probably offer him around a 15, million per season type of deal, which, again, he most likely will accept, and I think the Pelicans will probably try to match that just so they can get him on a sign and trade. If, of course, they do get him on a sign and trade, the New York Knicks are probably going to have to trade up some stuff to get him. In realism, though, I don't think if you're a Knicks fan, you'd be worrying exactly too much. Getting Lonzo Ball to the team, I think, would be a relatively cheap thing to do. I think all you'd have to do is just, offer probably like a young dude like Kevin Knox in a couple seconds, considering it's just a sign and trade. You probably, you might have to give up a protected first, but because, again, it is a sign and trade, it probably wouldn't exactly, make that much of a difference. Like, again, a protected first is probably the most you'd have to give up. And even that, I don't think you would have to give up. So, again, if the New York Knicks desperately want Lonzo Ball, and Lonzo Ball actually wants to go to the Knicks, they will get a deal done. But I just can't see this happening. Well, actually, you know what? I think that's a lie. I can see this happening. What I can't see happening is surely in a world where the Bulls desperately need a point guard and a defender and a playmaker, would Lonzo Ball not go there? Like, Kobe White's cool and all, but I think a lot of people know that the way Kobe White plays, he seems to be like he's going to be that better, high, efficiency type dude that'd come off the bench and bring a lot of scoring. Similar to how I think a Colin Sexton should be. They should probably be playing like a Lou Will type of player, I think. Prime Lou Will type of player. And I think both of them will eventually in their career. But if the Bulls can get Lonzo Ball, of course Lonzo would start. Add the desperate playmaking that, of course, Kobe White doesn't have. Add the desperate defense that, of course, Kobe White doesn't have. And then Kobe White can come off the bench and play either backup shooting guard or backup point guard for them. So I think that's the way it would probably go. But again, if Lonzo comes to the New York Knicks team, it would probably be him, of course, starting at point guard. RJ Barrett starting at shooting guard. Probably like DeMar at small forward, because we all know they're probably going to get a small forward like DeMar DeRozan in. Julius Randle at power forward. And whoever they have at center, will they go out and trade for Cat? Or they just keep Mitch Robinson? Or maybe sign, who knows, Andre Drummond's on the market right now. Especially after the Lakers look like they only want to sign him on the veterans minimum. And he does not want to come back on that. He made that very, very clear on Instagram reacting to someone's comment. He pretty much said, like, are you drunk or something? So, again, he's probably not going to be coming back to the Lakers. It doesn't look like, especially considering all they want to offer him is a veterans minimum. So, again, they could maybe look to sign Andre Drummond as well. Which, hey, Drummond and Ball and DeMar would be three very, very good inclusions for this New York Knicks team. Like, it wouldn't exactly cost them much to make something like this happen. Of course, Lonzo can bring in the desperate playmaking, that this New York Knicks team does need. Obviously, just some more defense is an added thing. Of course, Andre Drummond can come in as well and bring in some desperate rebounding. Of course, they don't really have a rebounder. Like, Julius Randle's their best rebounder. I believe he averages about 10 or so a game. They don't really have a center. Mitch Robb has been injured for a bit. A lot of New York Knicks fans are still not confident on him. I know some people are. Again, I'm not exactly that confident on him. I don't think Mitch Robb should be the starting center for this team, for this team in the long term. Nerlens Noel's cool and all as well, but if you can get Drummond in to give you a couple of boards extra per game, even though he's not that great doing anything else, hey, you'd probably still take that. So again, Alonzo, addition, a DeMar addition, of course, Andre Drummond addition. Who knows, they might go out and try and get another couple of, who knows, they might try and get out Kemba Walker or someone like that. It'll be really interesting to see, of course, what they will all try and do. The New York Knicks offseason is going to be one of the, most fun to watch and unfold, in my opinion. But, of course, I'd very much like to hear, all of your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest NBA news and NBA content. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlog channels. And don't forget to check out my podcast as well, if you haven't already, which I will link in the description down below. But as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.